pullback follow. So we discuss about follow through day. We'll call it as FTD. This is what? This is momentum continuation. This is telling us momentum continuation. Also, when it happens successfully, it's a sign of urgency that people, even after such a big candle, people are not letting that stock fall. Okay, there is no profit booking which is coming. The stock took a pause for a few days and then it simply moved ahead. Okay, it simply gave you a tennis ball kind of action. The buyers are not allowing the stock to move down. That's the urgency we want to see after the momentum bar. It should not happen that once momentum bar comes and then, like we have seen in Tata Investment example, that for 1.5 months then nothing happened. We don't want to see that. We don't have that kind of time frame to keep observing, and it doesn't satisfy our goals. We want an urgent follow through day. It should happen quick. Okay, so what's this urgency now? How fast is it? Like we want in 5 days, we want in 10 days, we want in 15 days, 1 month. What's that? Okay, so based on this, we have to classify first stocks. Okay, based on free float, because in layman terms, small stock and a big larger stock. Okay, a small stock and a larger stock. Both will have different kind of urgencies. A small stock we can give more space because these are what's their characteristics, more volatile. So we can wait more because move can come very big. Larger stock, these are comparatively less volatile. Okay, these are also volatile but less volatile compared to the smaller one. Okay, it's not that you don't have to trade up this. Both we have to trade, but we have to handle both differently. We have to handle both in a different manner. So here comes the concept of free float. This will depend on free float. Free float market cap. So we all know about market capitalization, right? Market capitalization is simply number of shares, total number of shares. Okay. Market cap is simply total number of shares into current market price. That's your total market cap for any stock. In case of free float, this is free float M cap. Okay. You don't have total number of shares, but you have only the shares which are available for trading. So you will remove the shares which are held by promoter. Okay. So these are only shares available for trading. Typically, if a promoter is holding share, we do not expect him to trade it every day or sell it. Of course, they can sell it some day, but they will not keep it doing every day. Okay. So we want to remove the promoter share so that we can come up what's actually available with other people. Because promoter can have 50, 60, 75% also, somewhere 20%, 30% stake also. So that he will not sell. The remaining shares are the shares which are available for trading. Okay. So free float M cap is shares available for trading into current market price. So these are shares which are available for others to trade except the promoter stake. Now, we don't have to go and find out what's the promoter stake, and these figures are like readily available. For example, if I'll go to BAC, and let's write any stock. Let's write Banco products. Okay, so this is Banco products, and here you will find market cap full, market cap free float. Okay, so this is the figure in which we are interested, because 10,000 is including everyone, promoters also, but they will not sell it. What's available in market is only 3194. Now let's see any example, doesn't matter. So let's say for this stock, we have market cap full 3389 and your free float is 1544. So 1544 is what we are interested in. So we can classify this in two ways. The small stock is like a low float. This is like a low float stock, typically in which the free float M cap is below 800 crores. Okay, we will call this as low float. Okay, this is our definition. This is not a general definition. This is just our own definition to classify it in low float or high float. This is again done based on historical winners and how to handle them. Both are good to trade. Okay, high float is greater than 800 crore. But the sense of urgency will differ in both cases. Yeah, low float, where free float market cap is less than 800 crore, and high float, where it is greater than 800 crore. You can see in our indicator, you have here these blue parts. So this is where you will get this information. Free float 3178, for this case 10148. Of course, these figures will change every day. Free float and M cap, because prices changes every day. Okay, and it then classifies you for which kind of float is it. So at the moment it is 3178 crore. So it is a high float stock. Okay, it does that also for you. For a low float, we can give it a bit more time to prove itself, because when it does, it simply moves very good. So here we have a 10-day kind of urgency, 10-day pullback. That's maximum days we can wait for 10 days. Okay. Here we will have to wait a bit less, 5-day pullback. PBE stands for pullback. You can see up here also. It is giving you the plan of action also. High floats, a 5-day pullback maximum. On the 6th day, it should move to my buy level. Okay, on the 6th day. If it doesn't, then it is not showing me the urgency which I require. Okay, and if it's not showing me the urgency, then I have no interest in it then. Let it happen some other day. Okay. A stock, a momentum bar came today, and after 20 days, you have the stock crossing that particular level. That's not urgency. You can still call it as a follow through happening, but it's not an urgency. For urgency, we need to happen it quick. And these are definition of the quick. For high float, it's 5 days pullback. 6th day, it should move. It should give me an entry on the 6th day. For a low float, it should give me an entry on the 11th day, late to late. Now let's see in this example, this is your high float. Let's see, first your momentum came up in this candle. Let's see till here. This is a higher low, everything is in place. This is up and down base, so your resistance zone here. This is a good base up here, up and down. It was up slope till here. Okay, it was up slope. Momentum came here also in the up slope. Okay, but it did not give a breakout. You can see it got rejected. This candle also no breakout. Momentum came, pullback also happened, but not a breakout. Breakout is most important. Sometimes both things can happen on same day. Your follow through and break out. For a big momentum to happen, you need to break out of that range. Here it did not happen. So in this case, we would have waited till close because it's the same day for both. In this case, you will have to wait. You cannot simply go and buy on the 5-minute chart because it's not a breakout yet. After a breakout only I can do that. Here I will not enter up here on 5-minute basis. It's not a breakout yet. Only after breakout I will have to go to the smaller time frame. I just answered that only. So if would have closed up here, then interested, or else no. Okay. Same thing we have seen in ABDL also. ABDL closed instead of not closing. We understood in the first or second session itself that breakout is a must. Breakout tells you a wider picture. Now here, your momentum came here and it broke out. So this was what? This is a high float, 5-day. Okay. You can see up here free float 2347. It's telling you it's a high float stock already in your indicator. So you have to see 5-day. Now see up here. This is your first day. Again, I will tell you to be more attentive here because you will do this mistake. Okay. You will not be attentive, then you will do, and then you will come back. Oh, this is not happening. That is not happening. Like 5-minute waiting, I told you, you will do that mistake. This is again you will do. Okay. So shut off your WhatsApp or any video or random things and be attentive up here. So this is your first pullback. Here momentum came one day, here nothing. This is your pullback. First day pullback, second day. Now this Thursday, it's moving up. Let's see on this day whether there was an entry or not. This is 10th of October. This is your 10th of October. Our buy is here. So see up here, this is 10th. I will zoom 5-minute chart. So this is your entry level. And see how it got rejected. One problem that you will do is you will not wait. Okay, I'm telling you based on my experience that half of you will not wait. You will be in so much form of missing out that you will not wait, and that's one issue that you need to control your emotions, because we need stock to spend some time, give us a good close. It not should be one off. Here it did not close, so I'll simply shift this up. Okay, now this is 1 day, 2 day. So no entry happened up here as it did not give us a close. Now again, it showed us some kind of urgency, but right, because it moved to that level. It moved to this level, so it's kind of urgency. So we will again give it similar kind of time. We'll again give it 5 days. Okay, this is again my 5 days will start. So this was initial 1 day, second day, and this was third day. But it gave me some kind of urgency up here, so I can wait more. I can give it a chance. Okay, because it is showing me that kind of attribute till yet. Though no entry is there on 10th, but it moved to that level. So I'll again start my 5 days in this case. So this is again my first day, 13th. This is 14th, second day, 15th, third day, fourth day, and fifth day. Fifth day it is coming up here. Sixth day it gave me a break. Okay. On sixth day we can see on 5-minute time frame what was the entry. 20th October. Okay. This is 20th October. I'll zoom this one. So this is your 20th October. It's a good close up here. It's not a squat kind of behavior. Of course, you don't need a candle which is like full. That will not happen, right? You will always have some wicks. Now this is again one error. So listen it carefully. Don't expect candles like this. Okay. You're living in a real world. So such kind of perfect candles will happen less time. You'll have some or other wicks always. You just have to see whether it is like just too big, too much selling or not. In this case, it's fine. It's a bit few selling, but it's more or less on the upper side. So that is your entry point. If you get confused, then what? If you get confused whether this is a good close or not, then what? First of all, it's not in this case. Sorry, it's a good close in this case. There is no issue. But if you get confused in some maybe other example, then you have always 2-3 ways. Lower size. Wait for another 5 minutes above this. Okay. Another close above this. You can do it in 2-3 ways. You can manage your confusion. See, confusions can be managed by way of your size, by way of further confirmations. Okay, there is no particular formula to this, that if it closes above half or above this, that. It's just a visual thing. Okay, so if you get confused in any other example in future, then you can simply do these 2 ways. Lower the size, wait for further confirmation, add more. Okay, that is a best way to handle up your confusions by way of adjusting your sizes, waiting for further confirmation. So this is an entry now up here, 562. But here you have this. Okay, let's see whether there was an entry in this case also or not. And this is 17th. Whether we had an entry on 17th or not. This is 17th. No, we went very close to it, but it did not give a close. So this was an entry somewhere. It went close to it, but it did not went ahead. Okay, this was on 20th only entry. You will enter it where you have a good close also. But is that good close sufficient? In this case, is the good close sufficient? What's the issue up here in buying at 562? What's the issue in buying 562 on 5 minute up here? Let's see who is more attentive. Why this is not ideal buying up here, 562? Here, why? Big stop loss? How big here? 562 to your stop loss will be 3.6. Big stop loss is not an issue. 5 minute close we just discussed. We just discussed 5 minute close. On this day it happened, right? That's why I am telling to be attentive. We discussed 5 minutes almost we discussed here. But it's a fine close. Why is it not a good? We discussed what are the other way. We spent almost 7 minutes on this. Breakout zone, right? Anand says breakout. Rohit says breakout not happened. Breakout not happened. Viral says no breakout. Exactly. There is no breakout. So I'll do whatever I have to do up here. Okay. My entry will be up in this case 580. After somewhere 2 o'clock, I'll try to enter on the close. Here, your stop loss will be then this. What will be the stop loss in this case? This is 6.54%. Let's again see who is more attentive. Saurav says 5%, Shrevya says 5%, max 5%, this says max 5%, correct. 5%, that's right. No breakout means what? Simply not out of this zone. What does a breakout mean? We discussed in second class, I think. Breakout is getting out of this range. Okay. It closed above this range here. So in this upslope base, this is where it gets out of the range. That's what we discussed in second session. We discussed upslope, up, down, upright, breakout, everything we discussed there. For 1.5 hours we discussed. Okay. We can revise it from there now. Nitesh asked, we can have half quantity big. I told you to stop at 5%. 5% is not big. Okay. Big is 15%. Big is 20%. 5% is not big. Okay. You will stop at 5. Here it is 6.7. No, you will stop at 5 itself. Here. That's your upper limit. So in this case, you will wait till here and not on 5 minutes because you need breakout also to happen. Okay. And that's where you will enter. Avinash ji asked that if momentum comes along with FTD and pullback, we still wait for the base breakout to enter. This is the first thing that we understood. I don't know why is it coming again and again. 1.5 hours we discussed that day about bases and breakout. That's why I keep on saying that be attentive. Don't go to your WhatsApp group. Don't start seeing Instagram comedy reels in between. Don't open Facebook in between. Okay. Breakout is the most important thing to happen. We want to do everything after breakout only. Nothing before breakout. Momentum can come before breakout also, like here. This is before breakout, but I have to wait for a breakout. Okay. Sometimes it's on both days. Sometimes it's like the breakout itself is on a momentum. Then that thing happened. Breakout happened now. Now I don't have to wait further. I just need my 5-minute confirmation. But if it's not a breakout yet, then I have to wait for it at least. That's the first thing. Every good thing, every big move happened after a breakout only. Okay. Look up all things, it happened only after a breakout. And isn't it simple? Like if its stock has to move, if it's taking a pause somewhere in between, it will move from that range, right? If stock is setting up, moving like this is 100 rupees, for example. This is going 400 rupees, for example. It's stopping up here, so at some moment it will move ahead from that range, right? That is called as breakout. As simple as that. Okay. Based on type of base, you can make the supply zone. That's we learned. Every big move will have a breakout. Look up this one. This is big base up here. It's a breakout. Big move. Let's see this example also. Let's remove drawings up from here. You have this move, then this is just consolidating. You have a supply zone up here. Okay. You have a supply zone up here. You have one supply zone up here also. Let's see on this day, how was it? Whether it was satisfying all the criteria. So the percentage was high is 26%. Now how to see this percentage of high? Do you have to see it on your buy date? No. Before the pullback, whatever the high the price is coming. See here, this is your pullback day. This is your pullback start day. So this high, this is what you need to check this. You don't have to check it on any random day, okay? Percentage from high. It has its relevance before the pullback day, the high point. So this is the high, this is 26, so nothing to do in this case. I will not buy this follow through now, even if it happens. Now in this case, it's a low float, so you will wait for 10 days. Same like there, you waited for 5-day pullback. In this case, when we have a low float is less than 800 crores. Low float is less than 800 crore MCAP. Then 10-day maximum. That's the period we are giving for the urgency to happen. It should move late to late on the 11th day. After that, it's momentum for which there was no urgency. So simply I'll skip and wait for another momentum to come and another follow through day to happen. I'll have to repeat the same thing. Here you simply wait for 10 days. Even if follow through comes, it's not of, see now what you will do is, you will now see that this is on my buying day. Let me buy up here. It's 24%, it's green. That's not what it means. It means when the strength came, when the momentum came, the high should be within that 25-26% range. On this day, I'll have to see, I have to decide whether to trade this or not up here. So let's say momentum came here, I was waiting for a pullback, and this is your day. So I'll have to see on this day, today, I'll decide whether to keep it in my watch list or to skip it. This is where I will decide. Okay, so I am on this particular day, 10th May. Now, what if it would have one today more, then it would have become good. It would have come in our range. But it did not came in this case. I will decide on this day, oh no, this is not within my high. I needed some more momentum. I just needed few percentage more momentum to actually shift it to my watch list. It did not happen. So I will not put it in my watch list on this day. Okay, I'll skip it then. I'll wait for it to happen somewhere in future then. Let's see this chart, how it unfolds. It's out of my watch list up here, okay. This is again a momentum, so it again came in my scans up here. Momentum bar. Everything is fine up here. You had a pullback now up here. We have a pullback on this day. You have a pullback and up down base is also, this is an up and down base. Breakout is also done. Now I'll plan up my trade above this 19.55, this stop loss level, and I'll keep it in my watch list now for next 10-11 days to see it, how it happens, whether it gives me a follow through or not. So in this case, simply rolled over, nothing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, nothing great happened up here. Now here, you have a lower low. It had momentum again here, pullback started, but it's a lower low. Okay, so nothing up here. Let's see how it moved then. It's a lower low only going on. So all these things help you in being at the right time. Let's see when everything got aligned and we had an actual entry. Here, this is, see, all things so much negative. It's not in an uptrend. 50, 10, 20 is below 50 in this case. So uptrend is no. Higher low is no. Percentage from high, this is just 29% now. Not something I'm looking at. Let's see further. Now here it moved in my range, but here still you have a no uptrend and a lower low. So nothing you will do up here. No trade. Let it set up. It will automatically, when things will align. See, now all things aligned. When structure will be good, when the stock will be ready, all your things will automatically align. Okay, that's the beauty of this entire tool. Everything will align when it will actually be good. You just have to understand to not go in FOMO, not skip up the videos, and watch the videos carefully to not miss on things. Now look up here. This is your momentum which came. Now here you have this base up here. You have this good supply up here. One you can draw here also. Okay. Better to wait in this case here. It's a long one here. Let's see what happens. So I'll wait for 10 days, right? Here after this. Okay. In fact, it started pullbacking here also. It started pulling back here. This momentum came, let's see, on this day. But it's still a lower low. Okay, it's correcting up here. It's making tight up here. It make tight here, in fact, also tight range. But this is just too weird. Just simply too much from bottom. Plus uptrend is also not confirmed yet. Both are negative up here. So both things. Even if you can say up here that it's been some time, though it's very weird because it's like simply from bottom to one single candle up fully. Not a very ideal one. But even after that, your uptrend is no up here, so nothing. Now here, your uptrend become fine. You have a breakout up here. This is your momentum bar, 1 day, 2 day pullback and a breakout. So this close is your entry then. And this 6.9%, so somewhere 5% will be my stop loss. It went close to your stop loss here, saved by 1% kind of. Okay, so on the close you will enter because you need a breakout then. On this particular day, everything simply aligned here. You have uptrend also coming in, growth also coming. Growth is not there. Okay, growth it's showing manual, but it's high volume, so it's fine. You have a high volume coming up in recent times. Character is fine. Percentage from high also done within my range. This also, all things aligned. Okay. This candle is the buying candle. I'll enter on the close 19.8. See, this is the kind of urgency we need. We were ready to wait for 10 days, but it happened in 2 days itself. This was just a 2-day pullback. On third day, it's a follow through. On third day, it's a follow through. Look up here, you had a momentum, but it simply rolled. You had a momentum up here, rolled. You had a momentum up here, but it did not give you an entry then. It simply went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, 10 days, 11 days gone. So this is a fine move then. Will you enter up here outside the base? This is a follow through outside the base. Not every follow through is viable. This will be very late in the trend. Okay, already a majority part is done. So this is already red. It's telling you that this follow through is now extended to buy. Okay, this follow through is extended to buy. A very, very high move. You took a 5% kind of risk up here, and this move is 60, 65. Of course, you will not capture fully. Even if you made half, 30% on average, it's fine. A 5% risk, you made 30%. We'll discuss that separately in exit part.